drive, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Anytime you talk inside running play, you just know there should be a line projection there.
Play action now. Here's Steve Young. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here's Wilson. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Young on 3rd down. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Look at me. Go.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
They go play action with Wilson.
On 2nd down now, McAllister, and he's going to be brought down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
They'll run on 1st down. McAllister, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to try from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
Move the
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And he's had great protection back there to throw, really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means that...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Texans have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
At the Bills' 31-yard line. Michael Thomas, who turned 26 in March, now the league's highest paid wideout.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant.
History, not bad for when he played Little League football. He's one of the guys that, the coach said, okay, who hasn't played yet?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it ends with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Alabama.
It appeared to be a case of...
Throwing on first down is Brady. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Cook able to escape. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On first down, it's Cook. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, watch the ball. Jumper.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 25 yards to the house. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Ready?
Here's Steve Young. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Gators. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Okay. 59. Mike 59. Look. Squeeze. Kill. There. Snap.
From the gun, Steve Young. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Brady. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready? 60 outlaw. 59. Mike to 59. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check out.
Now a first down throw for Young. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock it. Lock the twins.
And to give this time to the tailback. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Dalvin Cook, 68 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14.
Texans 14.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister, and this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, McAllister, and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll give it here to his running back. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Let's go now. 15, line it. 59. Tight go. 80 weapons. Ready.
On 3rd down, McAllister. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Check 3. Look at me. Go. Hard.
On 4th down, Young. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Okay, ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You ain't going nowhere. Rock it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the screen. Hey, Foxtrot. Check. 59. Got one. Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Young now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not.
Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, check it. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's going to be a long...
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Check. He's crashing. He's checking pressure.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Bears push further out in front. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches do?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 75 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook, 70 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards. Young to throw it. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Mike 5-9. Mike 5-9. Check down.
Here's Young. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Marvin Harrison, 29 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover, so they needed the onside.
Don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Young to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Look, squeeze. Hey, Delta. Slap. Check it back.
Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On second down, McAllister, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with time running out, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. second down. Cook. That'll be a pickup of 4.